Good evening, Sean.
Evening, Dave. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I kind of wish I'd planned more Jurassic Park based puns for tonight's stream. So all I'll say is welcome to Jurassic World. I'm very excited. I don't know about you. Like, have you heard much about this game?
Yes, I have.
All right.
I played a game called something my wife just reminded me of.
That's an interesting title.
Called... What?
Something my wife just reminded me of. Sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Jurassic. I can't remember what it's called now. Genesis. That was it. Was it Genesis?
Okay.
It was basically this game, but like when I was in the first year of university.
Oh, okay. So like
yeah,
eons ago.
Unfortunately, yes. No, Joe literally said, like, that was the first game she ever completed.
Okay, nice.
And I won't tell you well, maybe I'll tell you the strategy I took with that game.
Okay.
In building a park at some point.
Well, yeah, I'd like to benefit from your wisdom.
Yes. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. So yeah,
that's why I know it's that, but
okay.
But new.
Great. Okay. Well, yeah. There we go. I will. Disclaimer as ever, I haven't played a lot of this game, Sean. I kind of wanted that kind of magic of discovery. I didn't want to be kind of jaded with it and go, right, we've got to place this here and put that there, and like then we've got to build this. So I do know I've played a little bit of the early game and kind of, but you have to forgive me if I don't know the systems as well as I should. So let me just put that disclaimer out there. Hopefully we've got the sound levels right. This game has a lot of voice acting in it, and it's Ian Malcolm and the like. So I want us to be able to hear their voices. So, but do let us know in the chat if you'd like the volume up or down. Everything's got subtitles on, so if you're not watching with sound or you prefer reading things, that's up there as well. But without further ado, I'm going to start a new campaign. That means we get the very early things. We get the cinematic opening, which I will let play for those of you who haven't seen the game. And hopefully it'll be fun. Like it'd be interesting to see how much we get out of it in terms of dev talk. And how much it essentially will be us just fanboying over Jurassic Park moments.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
So, okay, right. Without further ado, let's start the campaign.
Cool. I mean, even just the fact that there is a campaign is interesting to me.
Hello. May I say welcome? My name is Dr. Ian Malcolm. You may have heard of me. Well, correction, you should have heard of me, especially now that you're here. So
you've done this start before.
Yeah.
That you need to manage.
So I'm listening to Dr. Ian Malcolm right now. Sean can't hear this,
deaths.
but
jeez, if only there had been 5.
If only there had been 5 deaths, Sean.
Okay, this is as good a place as any to begin. Isla Matanceros. It's relatively stable. Yeah, you can get your feet wet here. And you should, because diving into the deep end of the pool is where the big, angry, hungry things are. And you want to be ready before you try that.
Okay, a little bit of cinema there for you. A little bit of Jeff Goldblum. And then this guy. Okay, so do you like it how... Oh, God. So we're going to be talking over them all the time, I think. But
watch out for dinosaurs. Just kidding.
Okay, right. So, Sean, do you like how our main contact here is in crisis management and public relations?
My internet went down.
Oh, no, okay, so you missed... How much have you missed?
Well, I kind of, as soon as you said you heard Dr. Malcolm talking, that was the last.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
So our main contact guy who's going to help us through this tutorial is interestingly in crisis management. I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
So expecting crises.
Yeah.
So this is our kind of small park to begin with. I don't know how much bigger it gets.
It's a pretty game.
It is pretty. Yeah, it is. It is. There's a lot of attention to detail. You can zoom right in, kind of move the camera around and look at, like, this is our visitor portal. So, you know, no expense spared on that. And, yeah, like, it is pretty. I'm still kind of getting used to kind of manipulating the camera a little bit, so apologies if that's a bit jerky. But this is our main enclosure. We need to build this Hammond Creations Lab. So, like it kind of helps a little bit, like, to tell you where to place things, obviously, which is useful. You can't just stick it in this lake. So we're going to pop that there and get that building, because that's the first thing that has to happen. And then you get this nice little building thing.
Yeah, that's a nice build animation.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet, isn't it? Like, and it does change for each, like, each for each thing, basically. And now there's a system of paths, pathing. So you click on paths here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And this I found a little fiddly to begin with. Once you realise you just have to click on it first, and then you can. So I'm going to do the straightest path there. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So you are free to build paths pretty much wherever you want, right?
No. So yes and or no. Like, it has to come off one of these paths things here. Like, but towards a building, like, there are obviously there are areas around it that you can't build it.
Yeah.
So it has its own, like, it has its own designated entrance bit, right? That you are kind of doing there. So that's something that I found a little fiddly to begin with, but right. So we've got now, like, down here in the bottom right corner, we start to get our, like, objectives tabs. That's just stuff to help us through. So now they want us to incubate a dinosaur, which is far simpler kind of than it sounds. Except
you just click okay.
Except everything in this game is actually quite, like, full on and complex to start with. It feels quite overwhelming to begin with. Like, all this stuff, you know, you like modifying genomes and things like that. Luckily we don't have to worry about that just yet. The main thing to know at the moment is that we've got, like, a genome library of 4 known dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But their genome is only 40. Like, for instance, for this Triceratops, it's only 44% progressed. Okay, so we need to get that higher to actually incubate it. I think you need to be over 50%, maybe it's higher. And you know, to get some
so this is almost like a tech tree.
Yeah, exactly. And there's obviously quite a few of them.
So what happens if, like, is it the idea that the rest of their genome is made up with frog genome or something?
You
like,
just
is it all frog
DNA.
DNA?
You're gonna love this bit, right? Okay, so I don't know if I can do it straight from the get-go. So can we modify the genome? Okay, so we do have a couple of options. So here is your genome for Struthomimius. I'm going to get so many of these wrong. And you can modify them along the top here. You've got a couple of, like, nodes of modification. So unlike a DNA string, obviously there are so many ways of modifying it. There's only, like, 4. But there might be unlocked more later on. I don't know. So this one's just cosmetic. So you can just change the patterning on it, I think. Okay, not very exciting.
Okay.
But the next one...
Is it colour? Is it basically like colour?
Colour, yeah. Change the colour. Yeah. But the next one, this is when you apply something else, like bat genes. Genes. Like bat genes to it, and it raises the lifespan but lowers the viability by 1%.
Yeah.
Okay? So stuff like that. So, like, the lifespan goes up to 46 from 40. Not quite sure, like, how important that is, but, like, so you can just kind of modify your dinosaurs a little bit, and there's going to be a point where we are asked to do that. But just to get things rolling, I'm going to incubate a regular Strathomymus, so that goes in
give me a second here, Dave. I've got something to help you out there.
Okay.
Oh, that's a video. That's an ad on YouTube.
What are you doing?
Hang on. Apparently, there's a whole thing. Like,
you are hijacking my stream.
Yeah. I want to just. This has gone bad. I'm sorry. This is why I hate. This is like. Hang on. It's gonna come. It's gonna come soon. I think. I can feel it.
All right.
Struthiomimus.
Nice. Struthiomimus.
Okay.
Yeah, get that on lockdown.
Struthiomimus.
There we go. Okay.
That annoys them more. Like a video that the entire purpose of that video is to pronounce that word, and there's like a 30-second introduction.
Nicely queued up there.
So have you incubated a
So yeah,
Struthiomimus?
it's done. It's done. I'm just gonna call it a Struthy, all right? Because we're like we're from Australia. It's a Struthy. So now you get to release the dinosaur. Okay.
Where are you going to release it? Have you got like?
So you'll notice the paddock like backs onto. Well, sorry, the incubator thing backs onto this paddock.
Does that always happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So well, I mean, so you can only build the building there, and then and then it like release. You can always skip this, but I wanted you to show you what the effort they go to initially.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the Dr. Ian Malcolm thing, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a lot of his snarky comments all the way through, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's our Struthi, and like you can now watch him wander around the park. Like, so he's in this enclosure, right? Like this is big enclosure.
That's a big enclosure.
Yeah, it is. And you can go in here, and you can kind of like get stats on them, right?
Yeah.
But he's just having a nap at the moment. I think you can get stats on them later. I don't know why I can't click on them now at the moment, but I think it's probably because this guy's
He
talking.
just died.
No. He's just having a chat, a sleep, a nap. Right. Okay. So this is something that's an interesting thing in the game. You kind of get to decide what kind of park manager you're going to be. So are you going to favor science? Are you going to favor entertainment? Security sounds slightly innocuous for what it really is. Like it sounds pretty, why wouldn't you want security, right? Like that's a positive thing in most Jurassic Park situations. But what I've found in in just scratching the surface is like it's that kind of military-esque wing of the whole franchise where are these animals going to be exploited for military gains or security gains, etc., etc. So I think it's fairly obvious that we're going to choose the science division, given that the history of Pillbug. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that as our first contract. Dr. Dua sounds like a really bad name for a doctor. At least she says it in a better way, given that it's her name.
Not easy with me around, but you'll manage. That means managing our dinosaur population and seeing that they are flourishing.
Okay. So science is good. Science is what we do here, and we want to have reputation in science. That's something that a lot of academics want. A lot of academics want a little bit of reputation. So what do we got to do? We got to build, connect, empower an expedition center. Fairly straightforward thing. I'm assuming we probably want one of those.
Can be requested from the division heads inside the control room.
So we can get
Complete these
that.
to increase your reputation and gain additional revenue to keep expanding your park.
There we go. Money. So I don't like. If this is where our guests are coming down here, I gotta wonder here. They're gonna try and get to this paddock place because this is where our dinosaurs are. I kind of want to keep like my operations stuff as far from that as possible. So I'm gonna build something here. I think this will work out.
So one more thing, your reputation, your rep, quote unquote.
Yeah, this guy's down with the kids.
Okay? If you have a solid reputation with a division, you're more likely to benefit from
Okay.
it financially. But like life, it's a balancing act.
Well, Sean, I can hear you typing, so.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, sure. Is your OBS profile set to when we record something locally?
No, it's not.
Okay, cool, good. Right, so it's definitely mine.
Okay, all right. As long as people on the stream
I go
can
quiet.
hear me.
That's why.
That's why I figured. Right. So we chose science over the other options. I don't know if you saw that, but we could have been entertainment or security, but we went science instead. Okay. I thought you'd like that. Okay. So, we've got our expedition center. What does our expedition center do? Our expedition center goes and finds fossils so that we can research our genome a little bit more. Oh, here we go. A science mission.
I've got an interesting opportunity for you to consider. It will allow us to work together to create life. Pure life.
Pure
If you
life.
explain to Dr. Malcolm, then you know how important this is to us and to me.
Okay, so acquire 50% of the genome for Triceratops. Obviously, we're doing that because Triceratops is our boss. So we click on our expedition center. Expedition.
Driven,
Expedition.
and I knew you couldn't resist this opportunity. So let's get started.
That's right, doer. Let's get started. So we have teams. Gosh, there's a lot of talking in this game. A lot of people coming in just saying stuff at you.
And I think you are up to the challenge. Don't disappoint.
Are you flirting with me, Dr. Dewar? I don't think you are, but... right, I'm going to view on expedition map. We get to send people to these locations. There's lots of locked locations. I'm assuming they will be unlocked at various points for stuff and things. So the most important thing at the moment is Triceratops. So I'm going to send just
I'm back.
you. So we're sending someone off to get some Triceratops fossils.
Okay, and a fossil's going to have DNA in them.
What do you think, Sean? Come on, you're the scientist.
But in this game,
Yeah, yeah, they do. They do.
cool.
Which means you can do more research to build better facilities.
I mean, this guy's a real jerk, I think. I'm assuming he gets eaten at some point. This guy's... Oh, yeah, he's so grim. Is that someone? Is that a visitor? Oh, man, they are getting rained on. Should have brought... Or is he like... Is he security? No, looks like a visitor. Ooh, I should have brought a brolly, dude. So yeah, and because we've got a dinosaur, I guess we've got. Have we still got a dinosaur? Is our Struthie still around? No, that's a plant, Dave. What I'm gonna do though is actually I am going to build a feeder, which I probably should have built earlier before he wandered off. So even though they're herbivores, oh there he is. Let's build one there. No, that's the wrong button. Let's build a feeder here. There we go. So, like, even those are herbivore and should be able to just, you know, eat the plants. Apparently, like, building a feeder is a positive thing as well. So, we've just built one of them. Hopefully, our guys are going to come back at some point with the Triceratops genome, which will help us. Right, what are we doing next? So, I'm going to get another Struthie, I think. I've heard that, like, I did a very tiny bit of reading, and I heard that, like, these guys are good money generators because they're quite cheap to incubate, and people actually want to come and see them, you know, frolic around bushes and stuff, which is nice. Oh, but then I lost something. Oh no. Okay, well, these things can fail, right? That's why we have money.
One of your dinosaurs has failed to incubate.
Yeah.
I never said bringing back dinosaurs was gonna be easy.
Let's just try again. If in doubt, throw money at the problem. Right. Where's our team? How much longer have they got? Okay. I don't know what that means. Insufficient something thing. So it's going swimmingly so far, right? Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can't send one out yet, so hopefully they're going to come back. We've got fossils. Have we got
Fossil Center lets you extract DNA from
fossils?
fossils
Yeah,
and
yep,
to create new dinosaur genomes. Exciting.
Oh, we already have some Triceratops, so let's extract the DNA there. So you just click on that thing. It takes a little bit of time, so I probably should have done this straight away. But you can, you can sell them if you need the money. I'm assuming that's probably not a good thing to do, although it might be at some point when you're just like fossil rich. So that's another Struthy into the park.
A Struthiomimus.
She seems happy.
Interesting. Another dinosaur that furthers the case of a direct linkage to our modern birds.
Yeah, is our other Struthy? Okay, so this is oh,
You should extract genomes from fossils that have been collected
alright.
inside your fossil center.
so
That
dinosaur
will increase
statistics.
The amount of viable data you have to create dinosaurs.
Okay, so I think the social, like I was reading, the social slider is about how much they like being around other dinosaurs and stuff. So
I don't think they'd offer this
it's like an information overlay.
at least
Right, what do you want now? Right, can you dig it? Of course I can dig it. Right. 2 small herbivore fossils. Yeah. So interestingly, this is worth pointing out that reputation, your science will go up, but your entertainment and security goes down. So I think the idea really is to try and balance these a bit more. So we'll do this science mission, and then we'll try and do an entertainment mission, a security kind of thing, and just try and keep everyone a little bit happy. Right, so fossils, is that done now? Let's have a look. What on earth is that? No dinosaur. Okay, so that's just a cell. Nice. Okay. Sell that one as well. But we did get some more Triceratops, so let's extract that DNA. And what is this? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you can do multiple ones at the same time. Triceratops and amber. Oh, okay. So let's extract that then. 2, 5, 6. Okay, cool. So, because like, I think you can just like line these up, right? So why aren't we doing that? Let's just do. They're not that expensive. Let's just extract all the fossil DNA. So, because I think we've gone over the 50%, Triceratops now counts as viable.
great strides.
Um,
I believe I may be on the cusp of something wondrous.
Good
And I
stuff.
hope to
Good stuff, Dua.
for where I find myself. Now we need to incubate, hatch, and house our dinosaur. Then we will know if our efforts will have been worth it.
Okay, well I'm going to wait till that kind of clocks down for 16 seconds and then start incubating, because I think that's going to increase the viability of our Triceratops quite a lot. Which I think is going to help. Okay. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at our Triceratops. 61%. It's pretty good. Let me just check that's with the fossil and the new fossil. Okay, yeah, so there's no more Triceratops. So we're going to try doing the Triceratops, which I think is probably 61% is not too bad. It's a bit lower than our Struthy, and it's quite expensive. But I'm going to try it once, and if it goes bad, then we'll go do some more fossil hunting. Because we need to send off anyway for this. So obtain small herbivore fossils. Okay. So this is Struthys. There's quite a few different things there. So let's send them to this place in the USA. Send them off. Go dig some up. So I'm imagining that like here they go in that helicopter, and you know it's like Dr. Grant and Ellie, and they're in the desert, like scaring little kids with velociraptor claws. Good times. Just good times. That's all fine. Okay, so the other thing you can start to do in this game is once you think you've got a bit of a handle on things, and you're maybe waiting what to do next, you can go to this control room, you can go to contracts, and you can request a new contract, which is like just a new thing to do, right? So I don't like the idea of dinosaurs as weapons. I don't know about you guys, so I'm gonna click the entertainment.
Hey, I'm Isaac. I've been hearing good things about you. I'm in charge of the entertainment division here.
I'm being called by Sean. Interesting. On Steam.
I can hear you.
Okay. Right. How you doing? you back?
Okay, so is my voice coming through OBS?
I will say something again.
Something.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
Awesome.
Let's
Yeah,
try
his
it.
flipping Discord is down, man.
Oh, okay. Well, lame. Well, you haven't missed a lot.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna. Ooh. See, I don't want to do that because I think those guys are. Kind of scary. Well, I'm gonna decline that for the mo. Right. Okay. So when you decline contracts, you've got a couple of minutes like wait timer. But it's not the end of the world. I just didn't really want to get dealing with carnivores just yet. I want a reasonably stable population of herbivores.
How much does it? So, do you have to actually think about that kind of balancing then?
Well, I don't think you do. Like, maybe if not necessarily to begin with. Like, if you're just having a mess around to try and see how things are going. So I could just throw a carnivore in here and just see if it eats all my herbivores. But I don't think that doesn't seem like a great way of proceeding. I did that on my first time round, and it didn't really it gains you quite a lot of visitor money. And like visitors like carnivores for obvious reasons. But okay, so we've got a Triceratops. But like, just the idea of releasing a Triceratops into the wild only for it to be kind of eaten. I mean, that thing cost me $230,000, Sean. Like
that's quite a lot of money.
That was not a cheap Triceratops. I mean, it is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it could then get eaten.
That's a big pile of shit.
Yay. So it's already eating on our little feeder. There we go.
Cool. So are those? So you can see the health and all of every individual dinosaur on the park.
Yes.
How many dinosaurs are on your park right now?
3. We've got 2 Struthies and a Triceratops.
You said nothing happened. You tripled your population.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That's like 300%.
That is, yeah.
That Dr. Dua came to you for this assignment instead of bringing me into the loop as she should.
Oh, Dr. Henry Wu, you're an evil man.
Was that a platform that lifted up, like, hang on, go back to the feeding platform.
Yeah.
Is that like a thing that lifts up plants into the world?
Yeah. As if like these plants weren't enough.
The science division
Like, you're right. I don't really get why they've had to do that.
Yeah.
No matter what anyone else says,
Okay.
science is what makes
So,
breaks
what are
us.
the big things I did while I
Admittedly,
think you were
sometimes both.
off stream, Sean, is choose between science, entertainment, and security?
Us and yourself.
That sounds like a really hard decision.
Yeah, and it's more like a guiding, like, what are these guys doing? Get away from my Struthi. They're like more like a guiding principle, and you kind of need to, balance them basically. So in the bottom right hand corner here is your reputation tab, and like our science is going up, but our entertainment and security isn't at all. Okay. So I get to go to the control room, request contracts, and then pick one of these people. Either, I can get more science and more science and more science, but, to get a more balanced approach to the game, you have to kind of do each one. So I didn't like the entertainment one last time, so let's try the security division.
This is Lambert, head of
Yeah.
security.
Okay.
Theirs and mine.
Yeah.
Welcome to the islands.
Can I?
So here's our basic
Yeah,
conundrum.
can I skip through this?
We want to keep our animals
So is this
under
kind of
control
thinking?
while
I suppose Kerbal, we
simultaneously
didn't do the one where you have the contracts, but
Mm-hmm.
there is a mode of
Because
the
these
Kerbal
animals have potential as
campaign is all about contracts of like
Everyone's
go
favorite
around
object,
Kerbin, get
myself
to the moon.
Yeah,
Like-
I suppose you're right. We're taking that approach this time. There might be a sandbox level approach. There's like a challenge bit, which I don't know what that means, but
Right.
so we're
I
just
guess
gonna
that's
accept
like
this.
okay, yeah, Cool.
So we have to get our dinosaur rating to 1 star, which is this. So I need 3. Yeah.
I'm Claire Deering.
Yeah.
I've been on these
So you're
islands
like, that's
before.
weird
On Isla
that there's
Nublar, I
like,
made some mistakes and I've
it's
tried
a
to
one,
set
it's a
them
5-star
right.
scale, but they've got like
In what we're doing
half
and
stars. or
Yeah, they
like,
got like
These
points,
dinosaurs.
0.2 of a star. Yeah. So, like, we need more unique species and just like more stuff, right? Okay, so we need to more stuff, which is cool because let's send some people off. So we got a genome here for Edmontosaurus, which is another herbivore.
I have to say, the production value on this game is incredible.
It's
right?
pretty amazing, isn't it? Like that's like you just kind of. I guess it's what we're so used to playing indies on this stream that we're kind of unused to like a AAA. We'll just have a fully animated helicopter just going to and from your fossil center, rather than just I don't know.
Rather than click the button and then the fossil there.
Like a menu. Like so, here's our visitors as well. Like they're coming along. And just like trips and traps, some in science.
Wow, gee, yeah, and that's like they're pretty detailed models, right?
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they are pretty good.
Like zoom into one of them.
This is as far as you can zoom.
Okay.
So and they don't path so well. They kind of bump into each other.
No, they walk uncomfortably close to each other.
Yeah, they
like,
do.
Someone tell them about like personal space.
Right, what we got here? Use expression small and medium. Okay, fine. Like I already just sent them out, so I'm assuming that's like totally
Can you
fine.
dig it?
Yeah, I know. See what they did
Sucker.
there. So construct an operational ranger station, incubator, release Triceratops 70% genome, research item from research center, hookworm parasite. So that's one thing we can do. We've got a research center here, right? And that's like the tech trees of everything else in the park. So like buildings and stuff as well. So one thing, like this is where you can get new genes and blah 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 blah. So one of the really interesting things, which I haven't experienced too much yet, is that dinosaurs can get diseases.
Right.
So one of our mission things here was to unlock the hookworm treatment, because hookworm is bad news.
Okay, so when you're not researching the parasite, you're researching the cure for the parasite.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Okay.
How many tech trees are there?
Right. So in the research section, there's fossils, enclosures, buildings, building upgrades, medical treatments, and genetic research. So some of these, I guess, are longer and more complicated than others. But I haven't really experimented too much with that. Just kind of doing what the game tells us to do at any one time, right?
Yeah.
So we need a ranger station. Like, I'm quite an aesthetic builder on these kinds of things, so I like try and have things in different areas. And I always think it's a bit weird that they put like the research center right next to the arrival point, because like this is where our guests come in, right? And they come right right past the research center, which is that's kind of interesting. But this is like the guest path, right? They come down here, they come to this part, and they want to see the dinosaurs. Yeah. So we've just got some fossils, so I'm just gonna see what we got. Okay, so we got more, and Edmontosauruses, so we're gonna extract the DNA there.
Is that how you pronounce those?
No.
Edmontosaurus.
Yeah, that sounds about
Surely
right.
we can call those Eds, right?
We got Eds and Struthies.
Eds, Struthies, Trikes.
Trikes. I can manage Triceratops. But yeah, Eds, Struthies, Trikes. So like at the moment, I guess they're kind of just wandering around all over the place. And I think we can build a viewing gallery for them, but we don't. Like, it hasn't told us to do that yet, so I'm not really going to spend some money on that.
No.
But it has asked us to build a ranger station, right? So
does the ranger station do what it sounds like?
So let's have a look. Management. No, that's not. To do. Include no operations. So the ranger station repairs buildings and objects, resupplies feeders, takes photographs, and medicates dinosaurs. Okay.
Right.
So I'm guessing we kind of want them not too far out of the way. Like
They can be dispatched. Yeah, presumably you want them close to
so where's
everything.
yeah, I know. Like so I guess we'll try we'll just pop them here. I don't know if that's a good. I mean, they're going to be zipping around in little jeeps anyway, I'm assuming. So
Yeah.
so yeah, building it is a little finicky in points, and you don't get as much control. At least I don't feel like.
Could you not have rotated that a bit so it was on the path rather than like?
I haven't figured that out. Like, I don't think so. Like, because you
can't
see,
rotate things.
Well, let's have a look. Like, so I can rotate my camera.
Rotate left, Z and X.
Oh, there you go. See, yeah. Of course. Thank you, Sean. Good spot. Good spot. So yeah, you can do that. Quite right.
Yeah.
Which is important later on. My cat's come along
Yeah.
to say hello. Hello. Do you want to come up? We're making dinosaurs. You're a terror. No. Okay. So our ranger station's almost ready. It is powered, I think. Yeah, it normally tells you when they're not powered because it's near this substation.
Right.
So that's okay. But our power kind of lines are going to run out at some point there. So we need to incubate and release a Triceratops with 70%. That's the other thing we've got to do here.
So is your other Triceratops not with 70%?
No, it was 61%.
So I
So
never
we've gone
found like what does that mean? Like what does if you have something that's 61 versus 66, what's that mean
So the big
in
thing
terms
is
of gameplay?
That's viability. So it's like the chances that when you try and incubate this, it's going to fail.
Yeah.
So at the moment we've got our Struthies up to 74, right? So they are like pretty on to kind of come out of the incubation process. But our Eds are only 58, so that would be quite risky. So I might.
As in you might click incubate, spend the 170 grand,
and they die.
Is that a flat out like that 66% chance? Do you think? I mean,
well, I don't know
knows, right?
if it. Yeah, I don't know if it like if they're lying to us or not. But partially depleted. Okay, I don't know what partially depleted. Oh, we'll try there again. Because it's got all.
It
the
is
kind of
like
things I
in
want.
terms of like a Jurassic Park simulator. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
To have that bit of it as well, you know, where you could go flying out.
Have we? Yeah. Okay, we got no fossils. Like so. Yeah. You send those guys out. Like, what are my rangers doing? Ranger Team 1. What are you doing? Drive vehicle.
You get to drive, right?
Am I really driving?
Yeah, you're driving.
Yeah, am I though? Like, I'm not pressing anything. Oh, yes, I am driving. Okay.
It's the controls on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. But like,
okay, go get that Triceratops.
what? But why? Oh, I need to take a photo of it. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, maybe that. Like,
okay, so this is awesome. Like, I was not expecting this at all. Presumably, I can actually injure visitors this way as well.
well, there's only one way to find that out. But
Oh, we're going in. We're going in. Okay. There's our Triceratops. Oh, I can resupply. Handbrake. Smooth. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, are you going to photo mode? Nice.
at least
Wow.
he's asleep. Well, she's asleep.
Well,
Are they
I
all
could-
girls? Which is the way? I can't remember which way around it is.
Yeah, they are all girls because they talk about
Yeah.
lifting skirts, don't they? So look,
Mhm.
Triceratops sleeping on my photograph details. So that's worth $5,000. So we can just sell that.
Okay, cool. So how do we get the Triceratops to do more interesting stuff?
Well, I don't know. Like probably. So how do I
And drive in the water like that. Do you know that water is not too deep?
Well, it's now resupply.
Take a picture of the thing, the running one, the
Struthi.
what's it called? Yes.
Oh, there he is. Okay, so. That wasn't
This
worth
is-
so much. So this is
I
kind
like
of an
it when these
interesting-
games like
minigame,
you
right?
get to see the person-sized view.
Oh yeah.
If that, I don't know how else to say that, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right. I'm assuming I can hit escape and then. Okay. So sorry.
Do you have to drive it back?
I'm assuming
Alright.
not. Like that would be a bit lame, wouldn't it? Right.
Yeah.
So use expedition unless 2 carnivore fossils. Okay, we're gonna accept this because we want some carnivores.
Here's something that you might find interesting.
Do we want? Do we really like? I mean, you've watched Jurassic Park and the other films that were released that were called Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It never goes well when you have carnivores, right?
No, but you know, like I think you can't.
And you've put all the money into science, not security.
Well, no, because that's a security mission. Like I am doing security missions. It's just like
Okay.
It's just like you kind of, where's your heart, Sean? And I thought like science is probably where our heart is.
Yeah.
So we can extract the DNA from this. We can sell that one for 80,000. And then we need to send our guys off to do some more expeditions. So let's go and do this Ceratosaurus. What are we going to call that? Sarah, Michael Sarah, the Michael Sarah of this. So right, have we got the? We're waiting on the Triceratops genome. So what? We're still at 66. Hopefully that will push us to 70%, so we can do this one.
Is this so? This is like Jurassic World era Jurassic Park, right?
Yes, it is.
These buildings and stuff. Yeah.
Because you've got Claire Deering, who's in the new film. She comes up and talks to you every now and again. Right, what enclosure item?
Have you seen the new film?
Yes, I did. I went and saw that.
I haven't seen it.
I did not like it.
Yeah.
But there we
I
are.
thought the not new, the kind of like the first one with Chris Pratt in.
Yeah.
I thought was alright.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Right, so I think it's quite good to improve your. Do not have enough favorable research into this one. Right, so I think it's good to improve your power, even though it's not particularly exciting or interesting. So if you find yourself in a situation kind of like we are right now, where we don't have like anything pressing we need to do, then you can go and get some more contracts. Okay, so
I suppose that's an interesting thing with these games, right? Is when you get those points where, well, what do I do now?
yeah.
Contracts are the bread and butter of our work.
From guest. Okay,
Doesn't like more
cool.
bread.
So that we just need
Who
to
doesn't
get
wanna
some.
have a little more of, well, anything. But money's a good start. Make this contract
So
worth
let's
it.
so we need to get our guests spending money, right, Sean? So we're gonna be able
Oh,
to
so there's the
yeah. There's all these things: clothes shops, food things, gift shops. I mean, you would lose your shit, as it were, in a gift shop for Jurassic Park, right? So
yeah.
like clearly,
like the funny thing about the original Jurassic Park is like they have that massive scene where they just like pan the camera through the gift shop,
yeah.
like 2/3 of the way through the film. And it wasn't until maybe a few years ago I like kind of woke up in the middle of the night realizing they were trying to sell me toys.
Oh, Sean, that must have been a real big moment. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I thought that was narratively questionable when I was like 10 or
Brilliant.
however old I was when the original
That's
Jurassic
quite
Park.
impressive that you figured that out.
Thanks to your hard work.
No, I mean like I figured that out maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like I woke up. It took me like
Lambert here.
30 years to figure. Not 30 years, but 20 something years. How long since Jurassic Park?
Then, let me know if you're
Quite a
original
while.
Jurassic Park?
Yeah, quite a while. Like it wasn't at 95, I think, the original.
Yeah.
Right. So interesting. Like it's thrown up a mission, but if I start it, it will abandon my existing mission.
Right.
I'm just gonna go okay because I want Edmonton. So I don't know what that was. I just abandoned.
Glad to have
Oh
you on board.
fuck!
Okay.
It was the one I was very close to finishing.
The animals in the
Oh
various
yeah, you just
facilities
abandoned that.
constantly
You just had to. Yeah. Okay.
Damn it, Lambert!
security systems.
Did it not?
They're
That, I'm surprised it
smarter and
didn't
more
tell
devious
you.
than
That would have
people
been
give
nice
credit
to
for.
know.
Yeah.
But but
I'm gonna do it. I'm
refuse
gonna
to
do this
underestimate
one,
their
right?
capabilities.
Because that's the one, right? So that's
why
the
I'm
one.
always testing and evaluating our security protocols
Okay.
and barriers.
So
This is where you come
incubate and release.
I've gotta
We
give this
started
guy
a chain
Lambert his
there,
due.
and
He
now.
actually sees these animals as both opportunity and threat.
Okay, so I've got to build another incubate another Triceratops.
I'm gonna need you to extract enough DNA from fossils to incubate and hatch a dinosaur. This is the first phase of this mission.
Okay,
Carry
yeah.
on.
See, like, so we've already abandoned that mission now. So that was a little
Okay,
frustrating. They didn't tell us
next you'll need
which
to
one.
incubate the
Yeah.
animal in a Hammond creation laboratory before releasing and housing it in an enclosure.
You need to build
You'll
a
also
path
wanna
to.
make
Oh,
sure
you're doing
we've
it now.
got an ACU
He's-
presence on this
He's
island.
still going, even though I've stopped that mission. So that's weird.
Ooh, is it not just minimized there in the bottom right?
No, because that's the dinosaur rating one.
And by
Mhm.
try,
I
I
see.
mean succeed.
So that was a little awkward.
Together,
Put us
we
back
can
a
It's
little
odd that
bit.
you have to do one at a time.
authentic version of
I
our
think
dinosaurs.
I think
That
they're
means a
they're
complete
they're
genome.
missions rather than
I think
contracts,
you
and I
are
think
up to
those
the
are slightly
challenge.
different.
Don't disappoint.
Right. So this is more like the tutorial, really.
Yeah, I think you might be
We're
right.
making great strides so far. I
Right, that's
believe
a
I may be on the cusp
60%.
of
Right, let's go
something
there.
wondrous, and I have you to thank.
Yeah, because I've
You have
already
nothing
heard
used
her
to what-
say
Where I
this.
find
Like,
myself.
so.
Yeah.
We need to incubate,
You've gone. Yeah,
hatch,
yeah.
and house our dinosaur.
Nothing
Then
used to
we'll know
wind me
if
up
our
more
efforts
than
will be
like
worth it.
when a friend was playing a game and they would just ignore what the tutorial was telling them to do.
Yeah.
It just grates me like no one else, nothing else.
So like it would be good. Right, so we got gift shop. Let's get people need to eat. Unfortunately, the only thing you can offer them is a fast food place, but you know, we'll put that next to the gift shop, obviously. Okay, so line that up. All right, let's release this Triceratops and move this along. Skip that. So you can, like, once you're done watching a dinosaur like be born, you can kind of just skip it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will then. We're gonna have a ton of Triceratops. I hope you like Triceratops.
Our new specimens.
Yeah, Triceratops
Sorry,
is
dinosaurs.
raw.
Okay, so now I have to incubate and release a Triceratops with 70% genome, so I'm just gonna do it
That's your
again.
next assignment.
Right.
Making sure our specimens are properly cared for.
So that's
In other words,
a real herd of
dinosaur
Triceratops.
welfare.
The
Right.
difference with dinosaurs is that they have no
Okay.
point of reference to understand humans.
I might
so
just pop out another
don't expect
feeder
much
because
in the way
I
of
have no
thank
idea
yous.
if these things are like how efficient they are. So let's pop
Yeah.
one.
Despite my reservations, Dr. Dewar
Ah.
would like you to take another shot at this assignment.
Right, okay.
Contracts.
Increase
Who has
a
any
dinosaur
contract?
genome to
This
60%.
guy.
Fine, let's accept this. So again, I just think it's the missions you have to be a little bit careful with rather than
Right.
contracts, which is a little bit of a. There's a little bit. I've got
So
a
a
bit of
contract,
a queue.
like,
Yeah, so yeah, I put more feeders out, so that's fine.
so campaign. Like, I'm kind of interested in thinking about what the different game modes are. So there's campaign,
Sleeping.
which is
Yeah.
what you're playing now.
Yeah.
But presumably there's some kind of mode where maybe you don't have missions and you just have the contracts.
Yeah, I'm. Well, maybe I don't know about the missions, but there must be a way to not have these guys pop up all the time because, like, even now I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed. Like, I'd want to just be left alone a bit, but
Yeah.
if I knew this game really really well, like I would turn those guys off, right? So
Yeah.
let's get that amber. Let's extract that and let's sell that one. And then we get our expedition. These expedition guys, they do not stop. You are sending them out all the time. So let's get that. What am I?
Do you find it takes you like this is like I'm finding you're having to dot between these, like there's a lot of what looks like from my view busy work, like lots of clicking on things and sending you guys to do this thing.
Yeah.
Doing that. Is what from your point of view playing it, do you think that's the case, or am I just seeing that?
I think so. Like, Oh, this thing's ready to release. Yeah, like you're right. Like I unlike Factorio, I can't imagine much of this is going to get automated. But then I might be wrong. Like obviously for these buildings here, like the fast food place and the gift shop, I'm not having to do anything. Like our guests are just kind of wandering to them.
Can you set prices and stuff on the food? Can you set like saltiness level of the chips or whatever? You know, and put the drinks down.
Oh, you can. Yeah. So you can like manage staff. Apparently, you can.
There we go.
Yeah, you can make your stuff expensive. Oh, we got a
management view. What's that?
Or what comes next?
Okay, so we need to do. All right, use map to locate one.
Oh my
Select a
gosh!
Team using R to manually medicate disease dinosaur or medicate task. Dart rifles. The back of. Okay, cool. So we got a sick dinosaur. It's one of our trikes. I don't know which one it is. Oh, he's got hookworms, but don't worry, Sean. We figured out how to do that, right? We figured out how to do the hookworm. So we need to go to our ranger station.
He looks alright.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you can't.
Apart from that red arrow on the top.
So add task. This is the thing I haven't yet. Oh, select with left click. Okay, so. Right, so you don't have to do it yourself, right? Because I can imagine I'm going to be terrible at darting a Triceratops. Okay, so we've had that, and then like I guess I'll actually no, I just want to keep that. Right, okay, so hopefully, yeah, okay, so off they go. There they go.
Cool. Okay. Just like you've made all those roads and they just didn't bother following the roads at all. Just
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but then I suppose no, they should probably use the roads, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, you know, in terms of your vehicle maintenance, it will make that Jeep last longer. So yeah. Oh, it just darted the Triceratops. Okay, right, but we got fossils, so let's quickly do that.
Yeah.
Extract some DNA, sell this one. And then send the team off again.
The dinosaurs didn't seem overly bothered by the Rangers.
Well, I guess they just get used to it, don't they? I don't know. Oh. So these guys, watch this. Mission complete, prehistoric life. Yay! So we've got $1 million for that. Great.
Okay.
And then something's available.
We are on the path to a
What's it? Okay, cardio strength 2. What?
2.0. That's probably a good thing, right? Like dino hearts.
Okay.
Goes without saying.
Yes. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah,
sure.
That's what cardio means.
She seems happy. She seems happy.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when.
Okay.
I've witnessed Dr. do a flail and failed before. Now with you, she believes she is on her way. Does she really think she can accomplish what
this guy's clearly the bad guy, right?
Is he? I suppose he.
He kind of is in the new films, especially. Like he was okay in the originals, like.
Yeah.
At least certainly the first one, right? Increasing your genome. Okay,
they're all kind of bad guys, really, though. Like.
Yeah, you're probably
the number of like. I remember watching the new, not the new one, but the new one, the first new one, Jurassic World. It's horrific. Like, it's awful. What happened? I mean, like, it's so much worse than any of the other. You know, it wasn't just like a couple of paleontologists. It was like lots of innocent people that got killed. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. It seems like it was made of. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Sorry.
Like it's a massive disaster. Like it should. Like you could have. It's a disaster film, right?
Yes, Jurassic Park is a disaster film. But I mean, so is the first one. Like it doesn't take that long for things to go wrong. Ooh, we're running out of power.
Stations or increase your output.
Right, so let's build another power station. Hopefully, we'll be able to build it somewhere. Like, can I even build power stations yet? Oh, power. Duh. Right. Small power station. I can't build it there. That's a shame. What do I have to build in there? No. I want to build it like near my other pattern. No, maybe that's a bad idea. It's just I don't like the idea of having a power station in a prime location. Is that fair? So let's stick it behind.
Are they
the
polluting? What kind of power station is it?
It's just an ugly one. Like it's just not a guest services power station. That's what bothers me. Right.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know why I'm just building stuff now, like power lines.
Yeah. Oh, so you have to. So was that what those weird green circles were? When you were placing buildings, was like where the power is.
Yeah. What's this? Is this a substation? Yes, because I want the substation. Yeah,
interesting. Like, what? Yeah, it's not showing you the overlay when you're building. Oh, there's this. There. Okay, that's.
Okay, so like I think I've. So this needs a path because even power stations need paths.
Yeah.
Each power station has a map.
People need to go and power. People need to like work there.
Yeah. Each building requires a amount of power. This increases when upgrades are added. Upgrading existing power stations to improve overall output. Well, I build another power station. That's probably good.
Yeah.
Path. Right. Can I? Right, okay, yeah. So the tree, luckily the trees can GTFO, right? Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just demolish trees. Right, so now our all important clothes shop now has a power station, right? So we can start making some money off these people.
Yeah.
Right, what else am I trying to do? Like our dinosaur rating's not great because we haven't.
No.
We don't have one of these bad boys.
You probably got more lines of T-shirt than you have dinosaurs.
Right, so we're gonna fix that. We're gonna make 2 whole new dinosaurs, right? Because we've got.
You could do that, or you could reduce the number of T-shirts you're selling.
Yeah, maybe lower expectations, manage expectations. Yeah. Perhaps that's the key. Right, so our Triceratops are looking like very wet and.
Is that Cetro like what? Cetro?
Michael Cera.
Oh, is that what we're going with? Yeah. So
it's a carnivore.
Carnivore, right? So this is going to be interesting, right? Isn't it? Have you
yes.
birthed a carnivore before?
Incubated. I have. And you know what you do? You give them a goat. All right, you give them a goat.
And if they're not hungry, they won't eat your.
I guess so. Like, so I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do here. I'm going to build the goat over here. I keep doing that. I don't know why. I'm going to build the goat over here and hope that encourages him over that way.
Yeah, this feels like a really bad idea in so many ways, right?
But I can't build. I don't think I can build
make another enclosure.
I don't know because it would cost. It would take another Hammond Creation Lab, which is like most of my money. I need fences. I need a gate. I think you have to put them together at least to start with. Which I'm not gonna lie. I agree. It sounds bad.
Well, I mean, you know, he probably doesn't want to be fed. He probably wants to hunt.
Yeah. Right. We got another one out. Right. So we're gonna release an Ed. Good old Ed Balls. Here he comes. He looks like he's got a moustache.
He'll be somehow in Mario Odyssey.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. So he might be one of these I have to have a high feeder for. I don't know. He doesn't look that tall.
High feeder.
Yeah.
This dinosaur, the
I see.
was originally uncovered at a site in Canada.
I do think it's odd that you have I get the platform for the goat. That's from the film.
Yeah.
But what I find odd is the platform for the platform for the
herbivores.
Plants is a little bit.
That is slightly odd. So I can, as I said, I can build a platform for So carnivore feeder, live bait feeder. Interestingly, I went straight for the live bait. So I mean that's expensive. I don't want to build this yet unless I have to.
What? What do you mean unless you have to?
Well, like, because I don't think this guy needs it. Let's implement right. Ground herbivore feeders. That's all we need. Like, so that's fine. It's like if you get a brontosaurus or whatever, a brachiosaurus, then you can do that.
Yeah.
Right. We've got fossil guy. Let's send out these guys. So that's Strathes. There was a new dinosaur over here, Huosaurus. So we're going to send them out there because I'm intrigued about that. So we're not too far off our dinosaur rating. We're quite a way on the guest facilities, and the new genome to 60%. I think we're victims of our own success there, because we'd done it before we got that contract. I'm just going to extract that. So we can also start messing with their genes specifically. So because now like our viability ratings are quite high on some of them, so we can kind of play around with that when we're ready to do.
And what does that do? Does that change some kind of stats in them when they're born?
That's it. Yeah, it does. So like if I go to let's incubate something in here. Right, so at the moment our Struthies are 40%, right? So we can modify the genome. So we can increase the lifespan, and it goes from 45 to 56, and the viability goes from 74 to 71. So
right,
it tells you right here. Yeah, lifespan plus 11 viability. So like, doesn't seem that exciting just yet, but like I'm assuming that's quite an important part.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to release our first carnivore.
Okay.
We'll probably want to watch this one. Or you get bad music. Nasty music.
You're a natural at this. But you knew that already, I suspect. Still, good job completing that contract.
Are your fences electric?
Without exceptional security, nothing else here would be possible.
I guess so.
That's our mandate.
Yeah.
And on Isla Matanceros, you're showing the rest of us how it's done. You're deserving of this reward.
That guy, like, he seems pleased, but like that's because he's essentially evil.
I see. This time a Ceratosaurus. There are distinctive bladed horn on its head.
Okay.
Just what you don't want to run into when you're out there alone, or in a group.
So the thing to remember is that's like $30,000 down the drain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this like how is this shouldn't be surprising, right?
No.
Help life and death.
Yeah.
Death, it's always
and here's like
yeah. Here's Ian to rub it all in.
That's maybe another story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chaos theory, eh?
So the important thing though is like that's good for business because people love seeing things being eaten.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, think about like let's build a hotel. Kids love carnivores, right? Like, of course you love carnivores.
Yeah, but you don't want to watch like live animals getting eaten, do you?
I don't. But like, why is this being obstructed? Where can I? This thing's just enormous. Where even is it gonna fit? Yeah. No, I'm a vegan dude, so no, of course I don't. But
yeah,
you know, other people do. How on earth am I going to find room for this colossal hotel? And why is it not? Why can't I build it along here? Maybe it's too expensive. I have loads of money. See, it seems to come at you quite quickly this game, and then there's like areas where it doesn't. Right, successfully incubated done. Sure. That's like basic stuff. Why would I need that? I'm not quite sure where I'm going to build this hotel, Sean.
I think I think there might be some problems with the stream. I'm like trying to figure that out.
Okay, no worries.
Unless it's me. But I don't think it is.
Restream is showing me online. Is there anything I can check on my end?
I don't know. Unless OBS is giving you any errors or anything.
No, it's saying. So it's saying maybe my encoding is overloaded, considering turning down video settings will use a faster encoding. Although it says
yeah,
it has said dropped frame 0.
Yeah, there's I think there's issues. Like it's even saying that you're not live now. I think. Oh. Ooh.
I don't know, man. I think like that might be on your end because, according to, bear with us, folks. According to my restream, we're live, and let's load me up on YouTube, which is going to be confusing.
Like it's even saying that you're not live now. I think. Oh.
I don't know, man. I think like that might be on your end because.
Is that working okay?
I think so. It's a bit juddery, but then I'm wondering if that's because I'm trying to stream, watch it, and stream again, kind of thing. So,
yeah, sure.
I'm just going to carry on, like the Titanic, and if it's a problem, right. So we need to get rid of this dead dinosaur. Apparently, even though our Michael Cera dinosaur ate it, that doesn't get like rid of the problem. And obviously dead bodies can cause diseases. So can we see it on the map? No, I guess not. So do we do it with a ranger station? Medicate dinosaur, heal design, dinosaur resupply feeder. Alright, very cool. So he's just gonna rock on in there.
Like us, different dinosaurs require different diets. Make sure to place the correct type of feeder in an enclosure. I'm a red meat man myself.
This guy's a real jerk. Where's that dead body? Something I didn't expect to ask today, this stream today. Where's that dead body?
But is there a dead body? Because he ate the dinosaur.
Yeah, but it did then come up and say like, right, there's a control room. Right, no, dinosaurs maybe. No, that's islands. Expedition map. No, fossils. I want. Genetic research. Oh, okay. That's cosmetics. Okay, yeah, okay. This is something else. InGen database. That's it. Dinosaurs. No, it's not it. InGen database. Dig sites, genes, locations. But no. Okay. It came up and said like death is bad. Sometimes your stuff's gonna die. Can you resupply that while you're there? That'll be fine.
So what do you think of this game?
I mean, I obviously I love it because I am a massive Jurassic Park fan, right? Like,
yeah.
So as a game, like this also ticks a few of my favorite like things. I like things like Theme Hospital and stuff like that. Why am I blanking on other games like that? But you know what I mean. Those kind of simulation games,
like Theme Hospital and
Theme Park,
like
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Theme Park, yeah.
Those kinds of
theme,
games.
whatever we want to.
As long as there's a theme, Sean, I'm sold. So I kind of enjoy this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can I build it? It's kind of, this hotel is so far out of the way. it. Let's get rid of it. What are you thinking, like, of your first impressions of it? Because there's an interesting. You asked an interesting question about, like, how does it feel to kind of be clicking on a lot of stuff all the time, right?
Yeah, I guess like I don't know. Like, I like these games too. I think. Like, I haven't played. It's not the kind of game I would play now. It, like, I guess I've turned from someone who I can't even watch the stream at the moment. It's really weird. Okay. I'm one of the, I like. They're very open-ended. Like, no defined end point, right? I guess. Yeah. Like, that's like where do you and you, I can imagine getting lost in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, what's the aim? Like, what do you have a sense of the aim?
No. I mean, I think that's very interesting given what we were talking about earlier in terms of our own game design ideas, right? Like, what is the what is the end game? Like, what is your idea? Ooh, sorry, I've just got to take a picture of Strathy's. There we go. That's what I need to do. Okay. I did just photograph 2 Strathy lines. That's weird. Why is that not?
This is not supposed to be a prehistoric cage fight.
Oh, I've got 2 dinosaurs fighting. Oh my gosh!
Take care of your dinosaurs.
Oh.
Their health is of vital importance.
Yeah, how am I supposed to stop this fight? It's like a carnivore versus a triceratops. Of course they're gonna fight. Okay, wait a minute. Can we dart rifle one of them? Oh my god, this controller's weird.
So, yeah, what's going on?
Sorry, yeah, I'm darting. My trike's down. Trike down. Wow, it becomes this weird, like, clunky FPS mode. Wow, that's weird. Yeah. Okay. So how do I pick up that? Pick up that dinosaur. Yeah. So releasing that carnivore, like you said, but yeah, probably didn't turn out too good.
Yeah, so, like, do you... Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. And I can't quite remember how to pick up. It must be an enclosures? So what do I think about it? Yeah, like, you're right. Like, is there... What's the goal? What's the goal here? I guess you just kind of enjoy building stuff and building something in this way. Is that enough?
It's the... Yeah, no, that probably is enough. I mean, like, I'm trying to figure out in my head why I don't watch that kind of stuff anymore. I guess. And I don't know... Yeah, I don't know what the answer to that is. Yeah.
I'm Owen Grady. Owen to my friends.
Chris Pratt has turned up.
I'd rather not talk about, but it hasn't dampened my commitment to the...
I didn't realize that Chris Pratt was on there.
Raptors generally, and me and Blue specifically.
Is that really his name?
What I have with Claire.
His name.
Less complicated.
Is it
anyway,
really
nice
him?
To meet you.
I don't think it is. I don't think they paid for Chris Pratt.
But are you sure? Like, I mean, they paid for...
I know they paid for Ian Malcolm, didn't they? But
yeah.
I have a feeling they didn't do that. It didn't sound quite like him.
Yeah.
Here's a team. Okay. So are you not able? You're not watching along at the moment, right? Like.
No, I'm still having issues, and I'm able to watch other people's streams without issues. So.
Okay. That is a bit worrying.
Yeah. So I would recommend we leave that here and figure out if we have issues.
Okay.
Even though stream health, like, I don't know what's going on. There's definitely No, like, yeah. I think there seems to be problems.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully, people were able to watch along while we took this first look into Jurassic Park Evolution, Jurassic World Evolution, anyway. We may come back to it. We may not. Like, obviously, there's more to this game than kind of we've been looking at yet so far. We'll just scratch the surface of this kind of tutorial mode. But you know, if it's the kind of thing you want to see more of, let us know. Bit of a bust, really. A bit like that for the first time they go out into the park. You know, Hammond has all those those exciting feelings, and well, maybe it didn't work out as much as we wanted it to. But we had a lot of visitors in the park. It seemed to be going well enough. So
most of your visitors actually went and looked at the dinosaurs.
Well, all right. Before we go, I'm going to build a viewing gallery. Right, that's one of the missions is build a viewing gallery. And we didn't get that one early, so I'll build it now, just so that like you can see a visitor going and looking at some dinosaurs, and that would be a nice point to kind of end on. I think. Let's build this substation here, and then pop that there. Okay. I might take a mo for the visitor to go and look at a dinosaur, but so yeah, like I think that's an interesting, like, because we are thinking about what's the end point of our current game, like how's that going to work. So you know, that's a kind of an interesting thing to wonder about here, right? Like what is the end goal? I
suppose because the way that the player's being pushed along at this stage is with those objectives and the contracts, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing the contracts, and you kind of got annoyed by the contracts.
A bit. Like, I'm pretty sure I photographed 2 Strathamimuses, right? Like, and then it's just not. It's just not. It's not.
So because is it like you've got to photograph 2 within, like, now you. Yeah, so you haven't unlocked that already, right? You've got to now go back and do it because you didn't do it when that mission was there.
No, I did. Like, so let's while we're doing this, just like, right. So I'm going to drive my ranger team out. We're going to off-road because there's loads of people on this road. There we go.
Did we decide if we could run people over?
I'm so like I just didn't want to try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Bang into the door. Right. So where are my streethies? There they are. There's 2 right there. Right. Like they seem to go in 2s. So there's definitely 2 there. Like I've already taken some species. So that's like what? And then it hasn't done it. So, okay, so maybe something... Oh, no, it finally did. Okay, so it took me 3 or 4 photos.
No selfies, though. I can't market photos of you getting eaten alive.
Yeah, quite right. No selfies in Jurassic Park. Right, okay.
I'm thinking maybe we open a new photo booth and put you in charge.
So...
Those were some awesome snaps you took.
Like, it's kind of got some interesting moments about, like, selfies and stuff. But anyway, we're getting distracted. So not right now.
How you doing?
Let's go. I'm going to save this just in case we do come back to it.
Yeah.
Hopefully people have been able to watch along despite our technical difficulties with tonight's stream, and we'll be back next week. Do you have a sense of what you might be bringing, Sean, or do you want to try something else that we've already played, or?
I haven't thought about it.
Okay, all right.
So
That's
yeah,
your
I will
homework
think
for the
about that
week.
between now and next week.
Okay, all right, everyone. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Sean, very, very quickly, where can they find us if they are watching? Right
Go to pillbug.zone and everything about us is found there.
Great. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, Dave.